Julius Caesar was born in Rome into a patrician family that had fallen on hard times, marked by tradition and a political ambition that would define his entire life. In a Rome ruled by the dictator Sulla, Caesar married Cornelia, the daughter of the leader of the opposing faction, seeking opportunities in a world where only the most audacious prospered. Persecuted by the regime, Caesar was forced to leave Rome to survive, learning that in Roman politics, patience could be as lethal as the sword. Serving as an officer in Asia Minor, Caesar gained early military experience and observed firsthand how Rome wielded its power far from Italy. Captured by pirates in the Aegean Sea, Caesar managed to pay his ransom but promised his captors he would return to punish them, a promise he would later fulfill by ruthlessly eliminating them all. Back in Rome, his public speeches endeared him to the Roman people, using tradition and family history to construct a charismatic and powerful image. Caesar went into enormous debt to organize spectacular games, gambling everything on fame and popular favor, which led to his becoming Pontifex Maximus. This position granted him immense political and religious influence, securing his power even against his most powerful enemies. Caesar forged an alliance with Pompey, Rome's most famous general, and Crassus, the wealthiest man in the Republic, combining military prestige, money, and ambition to dominate Roman politics in what became known as the First Triumvirate. From his position of power, Caesar promoted popular laws that strengthened his position and weakened the traditional control of the Senate, which was in the hands of the Roman elite. Appointed governor of Gaul, Caesar launched a campaign intended to alleviate his debts and elevate his political standing. The pretext was provided by the Helvetii, whose migration would have taken them through lands belonging to Rome's allies. He managed to defeat them, forcing the survivors to return to their own territories. Then, he victoriously confronted Germanic and Belgic tribes and subdued the coastal peoples of Gaul. His advance continued, crushing Gallic resistance, while Vercingetorix emerged as the leader of the future rebellion. Caesar crossed the sea and invaded Britain twice, attempting to conquer a land almost mythical to the Romans. Although he managed to subdue several local tribes, he did not achieve his objectives and returned to Gaul. Vercingetorix, the Gallic leader of the Arverni, united numerous tribes against Rome. Using scorched earth and guerrilla tactics, he achieved initial victories, but Caesar besieged Alesia, his strategic stronghold. After constructing a wall around Alesia and another to protect themselves from a Gallic army approaching to the city's aid, the Romans emerged victorious. Vercingetorix surrendered to save his people and was taken prisoner to Rome. With Gaul subdued, Caesar emerged as a victorious general, commanding loyal soldiers and enjoying immense prestige. The Senate, alarmed by his growing power, ordered him to disband his legions. However, Caesar decided to cross the Rubicon River with his army, defying Roman law. War was inevitable, and the fate of Rome hung in the balance. Rome was divided, with citizens and soldiers turning against each other. Legions loyal to Caesar fought against those loyal to the Senate and Pompey, igniting a civil war that would test the strength, loyalty, and ambition of all involved. In the decisive Battle of Pharsalus, Caesar defeated Pompey and his forces, demonstrating tactical and strategic superiority. This victory not only secured military control, but also cemented Caesar's reputation as the most formidable leader of his time. Following his triumph, Caesar was appointed Dictator of Rome. With almost absolute power, he began to profoundly reshape the state, reforming laws, reorganizing institutions, and laying the foundations for a new political order that would transform the Republic forever. However, in March of 44 BC, Julius Caesar was assassinated in the Roman Senate by a group of senators led by Brutus and Cassius, who feared his absolute power and sought to restore the Republic. His assassination did not save the Republic. On the contrary, it unleashed new civil wars, definitively closing one chapter and paving the way for the birth of the Roman Empire,